What's up, everyone? My name is Brandon.
And I'm Jen.
And welcome to a brand new travel episode. This week, we are in Alsace region of France, a beautiful region that's been between Germany and France throughout time. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of wars in Europe, and this place has went back and forth, which makes it so special. So in this travel episode, we're going to be visiting three incredible towns here in Alsace, including Strasbourg, Colmar, and Riquewihr. And you're going to see throughout time, we're going to be going to some amazing French and German. We're going to go to some amazing cuisine and fantastic architecture. This is a beautiful place of France and definitely known as Europe's capital, as well as the capital of Christmas around the world. So let's go check it out and let's explore some of its great history, Jen. Shall we?
Yes.
Let's go. Okay, first stop on our Alsace trip has to be Strasbourg. Now, obviously, this is known for its Christmas markets, but we're just a little early because we kind of wanted to avoid the crowds. Now, Strasbourg is considered to be the capital of Europe, and the reason why is because the European Parliament is here. Now, we're not going to go visit today because we have just too many things to do. However, there are so many great things to do here in Strasbourg, including visiting the historical district, go and check out the Notre-Dame Cathedral. It took over 300 years to build. Go check out the Petite France, and also go check out a wine cave. So, Jen, let's go take out the tram because we're staying outside the downtown core. We'll take the tram inside the city and let's go visit some of the best things to do here in Strasbourg.
Awesome.
Let's go. One of the first things you have to do while you're here in Strasbourg has to be visiting the beautiful Notre Dame Cathedral behind me. Now, this marks the center of the Strasbourg Historical District, the island itself, which was actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now, the cathedral is in the shape of a cross, like every cathedral in Europe. Now, it's massive, but what's impressive is it took over 3 centuries to build, starting in the 11th century, ending in the 14th century. And inside, you do have the historical astrological clock. Now, what's impressive, you can go see it at any time for free, but at 12:30, that's when it really activates, and you have to pay a ticket to go see that. Don't pay for it, just go see it any time. Now inside, you'll see some fantastic stained glass. This is, in my opinion, some of the best stained glass work around Europe, and the outside has a really interesting architecture. What's cool is that it took so long to build that during its construction, they actually had to change the style because it went from Roman to Gothic architecture. So they had to just remove things. I don't think that would happen in today's time. I'm pretty sure politicians would start complaining about budgeting reasons. Now, it is a great place to visit. It's free, which is a great attraction. And you're currently in the old square where it has the Rohan Palace, and you have some of the original buildings. But now we're going to make our way all the way down to Petite France, stopping at some great places, including the Gutenberg Square, because yes, the old Gutenberg pressing system was right here in Strasbourg. And just like that, we're now in the oldest part of the Strasbourg area. So we're now in what's called La Petite France. So, you know, it's funny because whenever you go into an old town, usually there'll be like an old district. Well, instead of calling it the old district, they call it La Petite France. In fact, we're going to go to Colmar, which is our third stop for our trip, and there they have La Petite Venise. Similar situation. This is built around 5 different canals, and it starts near the ramparts, which we're heading to right now. Now, unfortunately, its name is kind of sad because it's when syphilis was brought into the town by the French, and that's why it's called La Petite France, because back then essentially the French used to live in this district, mostly here. Now today it's known for its beautiful timbered structured houses, which was what we saw in Normandy, because there they have the highest concentration, but it's still French German style architecture, which makes Alsace such a special and unique place to visit. Now you can tell Christmas is really important here because the Christmas decorations are up, and tonight we'll be able to show that. But now we're gonna head to the old fortifications because yes, built in 10th century, this place has seen lots of wars.
We are currently on one of the 2 fortifications of the city of Strasbourg, the Vauban Dam, which was built in 1700s, and it was built essentially to modernize the infrastructure, because the defense infrastructure, because they were worried that the new technology would come in and overpower the existing fortifications.
And what she forgets to mention is that you can actually come walk on top of the Vauban Dam, which is actually free. So it gives you fantastic views of Petite France. And what's really cool about this dam, Jen, is that essentially what they would do, because when you look at it, you're like, how does this help the defense of the town? It's because it's a dam, so it can actually flood the southern part of the town in case of invasion. So if you come and invade us, we might just flood you. So it's a great part, and you can see the amazing old towers back, which is part of the older fortifications, but just shows you some really cool history. And in fact, this place is over 3,000 years old, and it shows when you visit Alsace. Okay, Jen, we've been walking a lot this morning. It's time to feed my little belly. What do you think we go get some true Alsatian food, and after that, maybe go check out a wine cave?
Oh, yes, please.
It's the best kind of cave, a wine cave. So we're currently underground right now because we're at the Cave Historique des Hospices, which is essentially, we're under the old hospital. Well, it actually is a medical school now, and the reason why we're here is for these bad boys right here. See, since the 1300s, they've been storing wine down below here. It is the perfect place to do so in these massive old barrels. Now this place eventually closed, but an organization essentially reopened in the 1960s, and since then they've been producing wine. In fact, as they reopened it, they actually found wine from 1472, and it's actually a bottle just behind me, and it is the oldest wine that was found in a barrel in the entire world. Is it drinkable? I'm not going to be the one to try it. But anyways, this is absolutely free, really interesting, and you can buy some wine here for very cheap. Well, Jen, wasn't it lovely just walking around Strasbourg at night with all the lights?
It is lovely. Even though the Christmas lights aren't up, it's still beautiful lit up.
Especially if you have a chance, definitely go walk around the old dam because it is beautiful at night. With that, we are now going to head to our next town in Alsace, and that is Riquewihr, and after that, Colmar, where fantasy of Disney comes to life. Let's go. Good morning, everyone. We're currently on our second day here in Alsace, and we are at our second town, and that is Riquewihr. If you've never heard of Riquewihr, it's possibly normal because it is still, I believe, a secret hidden gem. This is the town that inspired Beauty and the Beast. Seriously, from Walt Disney. So, we're gonna go down there, and as you can tell around us, it's all wine country because this is part of the Route des Vins de l'Alsace, which means if ever you're interested in some wine, just come do a wine tour around here in the region. It's absolutely beautiful. Only 45-minute drive from Strasbourg. So we're gonna go down there, walk around the old town, and after that, Jen, I think we'll be going to a beer garden for lunch.
Ooh!
And after that, to Colmar. Let's go explore Riquewihr. So we've been walking around here in Riquewihr for a couple of minutes now, and honestly, it is, yeah, I can see how Beauty and the Beast was filmed here, or not filmed here, but inspired by here. I will say that you can see the beautiful medieval style structures, because back in the days, in medieval times, you used to be charged by square footage of the lower floor, not the upper floor. So what you would do is you'd build outwards the second story and third story to get more money and more revenue. So absolutely beautiful. So the tower behind me dates back to 1291, which is quite impressive, and it's the highest point of the city. Now the fountain in this square here is supposedly what inspired Walt Disney to produce Beauty and the Beast. Now, in fact, I highly recommend you go check out the movie because in the animated section, you might actually see this. And apparently, according to the police officer who we talked to, in fact, Italian tourists come here every single year dressed up as the movie. And apparently it's really cool to check out, but it is really, really beautiful, and it just feels like we're going back in a much more simpler time. And apparently Walt Disney actually came here. He came here after his visit in Strasbourg. So beautiful. Now time for food. Just like that, we're in Colmar, France. So actually just about 20 minutes down the road from Riquewihr, you arrive here in Colmar. And the great thing about Colmar is it's one of those cities that did not get destroyed during World War II. It was actually not affected in terms of bombings. So because that, a lot of the buildings here date back to the medieval period, and it is like stepping back in time. In fact, it's like Riquewihr, but much bigger. Now we're starting off with our first stop, which is right behind us. Jen, what is it?
This is the Collégiale Saint-Martin. So it's a cathedral. There's actually been a church on the site since the 11th century, but this big cathedral only got built in the 13th century, 13th century. And it's one of the biggest cathedrals in the Alsace region.
So now we're going to make our way down to La Petite Venise, which is like La Petite France in Strasbourg, but it's full of canals, just beautiful, charming old wood-timbered frame houses. It's like stepping back in time, and you can tell they're getting ready for Christmas. So let's just walk along and stroll along, and let's see what we can see and what we miss. Well, everyone, we just finished walking around Colmar and checking out the old covered market and going to Venise. It is absolutely beautiful. Seriously, it's like the best parts of Strasbourg, but just more of it and bigger and everything. And it's just so beautiful. It's like I always say, it's like walking to Disneyland, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty beautiful. With that, everyone, unfortunately, that ends our travel episode. I hope you guys enjoyed your time here with us in Alsace, France. And next video, we're heading to Germany and the Bavaria area of Germany. So we're going to be mixing a little bit more of a German influence now. Jen, out of the 3 stops in this video, that is Strasbourg, Riquewihr, and Colmar, what was your favorite so far?
How am I never ready for this question? I think I would say Riquewihr, just because it really felt like a medieval village, and it was, yeah.
To be fair, I gave her lots of time to prepare. It would also probably be Riquewihr for me too, but Colmar is pretty up there. With everyone, hope you guys enjoyed this travel episode. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And yes, we'll be posting tons of videos because we got lots of travel content coming your way. So go hit the subscribe button. We'll see you soon. A brand new travel episode. So with that, stay on the go, everyone.
Je ne fais que raconter, te donner la clé. Juste un exemple, la vision du monde peut vite être faussée. J'ai cru longtemps que j'arriverais pas à faire